The mail ended up getting to me about a year later. I thought I was in the clear, and this happened about probably 2 weeks ago. Hence why I stopped smoking. I probably should have stopped smoking right when that happened, but I'm here now. Uh, I paid for a lawyer, 1,500 on my down payment. He's charging me 3,500. So I get paid every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna give him 500, 500 for the rest of these other ones. The positive about this is I did spend a lot of money when I was buying marijuana, like a good portion of money. I probably spend $1,000 um, every month on weed. That's how much I smoked. I would just sit in the garage, watch my life pass by and smoke weed and play chess and get on the Instagram and look at other people living their life. So in the end, this is a step I had to take. I used to talk to myself all the time. I was like, I want to quit weed. I want to quit weed. So do I miss it? Only thing I miss about it, and it's too early to tell, but whenever I did go through this before, because I have, only way this works is if I'm being forced to stop. And right now I'm being forced to stop to hopefully, get on a pretrial diversion, worst case scenario for this misdemeanor B. That's the worst case scenario. Well, jail's the worst case scenario, but I'm hoping I can get on this pretrial diversion because I do have a prior offense. When I was around 23, 22-ish, I got a DWI. So I'm technically not a first-time offender where I will be able to, I might not be able to get in this pretrial diversion program in Washington County, but it's completely different than Harris County. And if you're familiar with these counties, this is the Texas area. This is like Brenham and Prairie View. Where I got my DWI was in Harris County in Houston. But I didn't even drink like that. I was smoking. I admitted to the cop, admitted. I don't know how I pieced those two together, but I admitted to the cop that I had weed in my car, and that's probably only other thing you got to worry about whenever I got stopped for my DWI. And same thing I did for this. I probably should have just threw it out the window. I didn't have enough time, but I did have the instinct whenever I saw the cop. I was like, all right, let me get this out my window. And I put the little package of weed like in between my legs, but I never pulled the trigger. And pressure bust my pipe. I told him what I had, and it is what it is after that. Now I'm in this predicament where on August 26th, I gotta go to court. I hope I get it dismissed. That'll be really good. And if I do get dismissed, I'm gonna promise myself to not get on marijuana again. Because I lost control of that discipline. My discipline is not good whenever it comes to myself. So this is forcing me, into a lifestyle change and gives me more time to exercise and do all this other stuff. But is it hard? No, because this is how people live. A lot of people in their life live. They don't do drugs. I never really drank like that, but I got a couple drinks yesterday. I do smoke some cigars to try to get that nicotine buzz, but then that feels weird because I never really smoked tobacco like that. And I'm smoking it, but I'm not inhaling, but that doesn't matter. I still kind of get feels like an air, I feel like an airhead or something. Feels weird. I don't like the taste of it. Marijuana has a great taste. That's what I do miss. It's like when I smell someone smoking, I can actually really smell it now. If I'm walking around, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're throwing it in the air. How I used to say, blessing the hood. But I'm still procrastinating. Like I've got video edits that I need to do, and I'm procrastinating on that. So that might not even be. The weed doesn't help. Marijuana doesn't help with procrastination either, but I still am kind of procrastinating. with that in my life. But the thing with boredom is good because boredom allows you to, or allows your mind to think. It allows you to think of, let your mind wander and let your imagination work. That's the positive of boredom. Um, I watch a lot of Martin. Martin's kind of getting me through a lot of this. I'll put it on at night and kind of just let that run. But it's it's a new way. I haven't, I was smoking for 15 years, 16 years since I got off of my probation whenever I had my DWI when I was younger, and I've been smoking ever since. Um, the thing with this time is I can afford it because of my job, so it doesn't feel like, a bad addiction, but it's an addiction nonetheless. And yeah, sometimes you feel like you gotta wrap it up, but you don't. So I'll talk to y'all later. Saving me a lot of money, but we'll continue this later.